The story of the 2023 football season was the precipitous drop in big plays, deep passes.
Yeah.
Let's say they're going to get that back in 2024. This is a confidence question, all right? They're going to get that back in 2024. They're going to get those deep balls flying again. They're going to get them caught this time around. Who's going to be responsible for the turnaround in the big play passing game? Most responsible, so you can't say both. Obviously, it takes two to tango, but who's going to be most responsible? Is your faith in the quarterback stronger, or is your faith in the receivers stronger? Because we haven't seen the quarterback except for one game, and the receivers, you got some new guys mixed in with some old guys who we did see. Ryan, where are you going?
I'm going to break my own rule here because I would normally lean toward the quarterback. I think it's the receivers. We saw Nico play in the bowl game, and the numbers were solid, but they weren't spectacular even in that game. Brew McCoy now, he wasn't out there. They were pretty banged up at receiver, but I think Chris Brazzell, the Tulane transfer, is going to make a difference. I think Mike Matthews is going to find a way onto the field too. I don't know that he's going to start, but he's going to play a lot. He made a big play in the scrimmage last week, or this past week, Josh Heupel mentioned. I think he's going to make enough of an impact that you're going to have something different there. I also think Nico probably helps Squirrel White be a little more explosive, so I think it all plays into each other, obviously, but I lean more toward the receivers being a little bit better.
There we go. I'm glad I started with you because I thought everybody'd go the other way. Which way are you going, Bob?
I'm going the other way.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Nico because I think timing was one of Joe Milton's big problems, so with some other ones. The timing will be better. Are you going to see more 5, 10-yard passes turn into 20, 30-yard passes? Because it's a better thrown ball,
right.
More timing in the play. So I'm going to go with Nico. I think he will be good enough to elevate the receivers a little bit based on a very small sample.
Okay. And what was it? Milton only completed 20% of the passes?
20% of passes longer than 20 yards.
Longer than 20 yards. And then here's the other thing. What was Milton's big weakness? Rolling out of the pocket. Mm-hmm. I think with Nico, you're going to have that element in your game. And I think even some of the highlights I've seen from practice, it looks like they're working on some of those. So I'm going to go with Nico. Because it doesn't matter how open you are, if the quarterback can't deliver a catchable pass, doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go Nico too, although I like your answer, but I'm gonna go Nico too, and it's kind of what Chuck's saying. Mm-hmm. I think his ability to keep plays going, that's gonna give your receivers more opportunity to get away from some of those defenders out there. You're gonna have some more off-schedule plays, which Joe Milton wasn't able to make, that maybe Nico can make those things and be a little bit better off-platform, a little bit better outside the pocket than Milton was. So we got 3 Nicos and a wide receiver class.
Yeah,
so, okay.
I don't disagree with that thought because when I first saw the question and started preparing myself to, that was my first thought too, that Nico's mobility is going to make the bigger difference. But I just kept going back to this past year. How many times did we say they've got to be better at receiver? They're not getting enough separation.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I think Brazzell and Matthews will help with that.
Well, and for all 3 of us saying this about Nico, we've seen him for one whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, I hate putting my faith in a
And
never
here's
started
the thing,
before
when
quarterback.
Brew McCoy comes back healthy, Thornton comes back healthy, you got Squirrel White. It's going to be a lot of the same cast.
Yeah.
So you're going to know, I think.
Yep.
Is it quarterback or is it receiver?
If Thornton's outside as opposed to in the slot, I'll be interested to see how he does this year.
Yeah.
Depending on where they use him and how they use him.
I think he'll be outside. I think they want to keep Braylon Staley in the
Yeah.
slot. He'll see him play some too.
So I think that may benefit him. That's the guy I want to see because you're hoping somebody follows the Jalen Hyatt plan
Yep.
and turns it on from one year to the next.
Yeah.
All right.